So, peace and blessings, everybody. It's your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Kirk the Jerk. Nappy Red will join us another weekend, but we are Awareness Academy 411, here to give you that 411 on things that's going on in the world, give you our 2 cents, give you some good information, maybe some solutions to some problems. And if it applies, it'll apply. And if it don't, let it fly. It's all for educational purposes only anyway. So, if it applies to you, then do what you do, but don't blame it on us. All right,
That's right.
Kurt.
Don't blame it on us. Peace and love, everybody.
Peace and love. Shout out to Red. I know he gonna probably tune in or see us on, and just give us a shout out.
That's a
So
fact, though.
yeah,
He gonna give us a shout out, and it's a little crazy today, man. Had a little problem with my mic, so I'm actually talking on my glasses. What do you guys think? This is a Meta Ray Ban. I'm not getting paid to do it, but it's the Meta Ray Ban. I'm talking to you right now on it. It also got a camera, but I'm not using the camera feature.
he's
I'm only using the
advertising
microphone.
right now without
Yeah.
getting advertising money.
Tell these niggas to give me a bag, son. I just talked about them. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, it's
Shoot.
pretty good though. And
Now, you know what? If I was able to tolerate having Bluetooth next to my head, I would
mhm.
definitely have me one of those. But
Yeah.
I don't know how many other people out there have an issue with, Bluetooth or having the phone up to their head, but I'm one of them. So I put the phone up to my head, not even 30 seconds, headache. Bluetooth, 30 seconds, headache. Like instant.
Yeah, that sucks.
Crazy. Yeah, it's annoying because like when the Bluetooth headsets first came out, the little joints with
Mhm.
the little microphone that stuck out on the side, I
Yeah.
was rocking that every day. And then one day I didn't wear it for like the whole day. And then the next time I put it on, I have this headache. I'm like, what the hell? And I kept trying off and on, off and on. And eventually I put the
Mhm.
two and two together. Damn Bluetooth. So
Yeah, gotta love it though. The Bluetooth can give you headaches because all it is it's a form
heat.
of vibrations, frequencies, and all that stuff. The same
Yeah, and
stuff
it
as
gets
everything
hot
else.
too.
Yeah.
Just like infrared, you might not be able to see it, but it gets hot.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like if it's focused the right way, like infrared could be hot. But we usually start off with our sound off, and
Mhm.
Red wasn't able to join us, and we didn't pull one. So I remember one of his sound offs. I remember seeing. Actually, no, I think we played that one when he was talking about would you um date someone with kids? No, that was a while back. That was a while back. No, but it would be dope if he was to like tune in right now and just write it in there. He'd be like, "This is what I said." But we'll just keep it moving along. So, what kind of news do you got from your side of the world that you want
um.
to talk about? Get
Well,
into
well, just to give a
dissect.
quick update of this war, it appears that this administration is not being completely clear on what they will say is winning war and stuff like that because the service members keep on dying in so many different ways. And it's unfortunate that normally when there's some type of war, the casualties and all that stuff gets reported by the government. But in this case, it seemed like it's coming from news outlets, which is quite unfair. And I don't know what they're hiding for them to do it that way because it's supposed to be the government reporting numbers.
Mm.
And for anybody to think that we're doing very good over there in the Middle East, I got news for you. They won't be deploying troops over there right now. Um, they won't be if Iran was so weak, they won't be able to close the Hormuz. Like no ships
Listen,
going
the only
to.
thing I heard recently was that um they still refuse to negotiate, which I don't blame them. Like
Yeah,
I don't want to get too much into it. At the end of the day, this shouldn't even be happening, because it's really unnecessary.
hmm
There was no threats that I know of, so I don't know.
I,
I feel
I
like
get their
this is
position
just
though.
a way to keep people's attention off of the most important things.
Epstein files. No, I'm joking.
You said it, I ain't say it,
No, I'm
but
just
you know
joking.
what I meant.
But the crazy thing about it is that I don't know why I don't know why these government agencies, I mean government federal government in general, always talk about how they don't got money for the American people, but we can drop $1 million bombs
They got monies
in
for war,
countries.
but can't feed the poor.
Yep. And that Ron,
That's it. End of story.
that's
Like
it.
at the end of the day, you have people that have a lot of money that want to find ways to make more money. And
Mm-hmm.
war makes money for those that have the necessary technologies and businesses and such that helps to keep
Mm-hmm.
war going. So these are the ones that's making money. And it ain't no little money either, but
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. All I know is that these people gonna do whatever they want to do. I seen one thing where Iran said that they don't want to hurt the American people that were trying to vote against all this stuff. So I could appreciate that they see us. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So hopefully, nothing crazy happens. But
Mm-hmm.
I did see someone put up a video where they said that the same person that bought the World Trade Center before, maybe a few months before the Trade Center went down, also just bought a building in California. It's like a financial building out in California somewhere.
You sure that's true? You check that out?
I didn't look too deeply into it
Check that out.
because I
That's a
forgot the
scary one right
person's
there.
name. So this is allegedly
Yeah.
the same people that bought this building just bought another building. And you know what happened the last time they bought that building and
Mm-hmm.
what happened after that building went down, and now they bought another building. So we'll see what happens. I just hope there's no casualties,
Yeah.
sacrificing this time, but we won't go there because I don't want to get
Nah.
nobody upset with my opinions. So moving
Mm-hmm.
along, um, gas prices are going up. And that's
Yeah.
really what we all, what most of us are focused on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the everyday person can't do much about the political stuff, but the one thing we can bitch about is going to be the gas prices. So they're
Mm-hmm.
steadily going up. And yeah, we'll
And
just see how this plays out
the
because we ain't even
way
hit summer yet.
the way it went up is even worse. It's like one day is at 267 a gallon. I remember because I gas up every day. I travel frequently, so I gas up a lot. Probably every other day I have to gas up because I'm traveling back and forth to New York. I live in Jersey. It was 267. I'm like, okay, that's cheap. You know what I mean? I put $20 in there, tank, 3/4, looking great.
Hmm.
And 2 days, it went from 267 to 358.
That's
And now it's
disrespectful.
at 393 where I'm at right now, and I'm in Jersey.
Yeah,
So,
by me is 356.
and I put $20 in gas, and it put it less than half. I was sick.
Wow.
I was like, what's going on? And that's the gas price. That lets you know how having high gas prices puts it's like it takes a raise on your money, because if you have to
Yeah.
travel distance like I do, you have no choice. Or if you drive around for a living, you have no choice but to get killed with the gas prices. And unfortunately, Iran wants to squeeze us and say that they want to make it with $200 a barrel. And if it's $200 a barrel, just know that's like six to $7 a gallon. California
No,
been
we'll
high
see
for a
what
long time though.
happens. Listen,
California been at
I
5
know
or 6
that
and
right
all that.
now, everybody that got hybrid cars or electric cars, they like winning
For the moment,
for the
they're gonna
moment,
get there
yeah.
somehow.
Until electricity goes up, right? That'll follow.
We need a
You
word.
know, but we'll see. Listen, I got my pedal bike in the other room. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I hear that shit. I'm about to buy one of those a trike three wheelers.
Get them e-bikes.
Oh
Get you an
hell,
e-bike. Like, yeah, this is gonna be my new mode of transportation.
hell yeah, it might have to. You got to do something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it going somehow, and I
If
think
I'm
that
gonna
might
give
be a way.
any solutions to this problem, number
Hmm.
one, do your best not to focus on things to a point where it's getting you stressed. And
Hmm.
stressing isn't just about, oh my god. Stressing is where you're thinking about something consistently and it won't, the thought just keeps circulating in your mind day in, day out, day in. That's
Hmm.
stressing. When you are focused on the things that are outside of your control so much that it's getting your anxiety going, that is stressing. So,
Hmm.
what to do in these situations? Keep this in mind. Whether you focus on the good or the bad, either one is going to happen regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well shift your attention onto the things that actually make you feel better, because the other things are going to be there whether you focus on them or not. Just like the good things are happening right here, right now, whether we focus on them or not. I'll give you some of the good news that's going on in the world. The ozone layer has been healing itself actually a lot faster than they thought it was going to heal itself. So that's one thing that's great, because I remember when I was a kid, they used to talk about how there was a hole in the ozone layer and it's going to hurt the earth and all that. Well, it's healing. So that's a beautiful thing right there. There's also some, I forgot which animal it was. That got the blue, is it called the blue macaw? Remember that movie? Well,
Mm-hmm.
the kids movie Rio with that blue parrot.
Yeah.
That parrot was practically extinct, and they brought it back. So
Mm-hmm.
that's some good news to focus on. People are like, what do I care about a bird? Well, what do you care about something that you don't got no control over? Think about the bird. I'd rather think about the bird. Um,
Yeah.
let's see what else is going on in the world that's actually worth
Oh
talking about.
no,
What?
this is good. I got some switching gears on this one. Um, and people have been talking about this for a long time, and now it's been FDA approved. With tumors, now they're using vibration technology to be able to break up the tumors and stuff now in your
Oh yeah,
body.
I heard
It's
about
been
that.
it's
I
been talked
also
about
heard.
for a long time in other countries and other committees, and people have been having verbal discussions. But now FDA officially approved it as a therapy, to be a
So
sound therapy to be
frequency
able to,
healing.
yeah, sound therapy, because they figure the vibration of it sending they can break up the tumor, and it's been successful. So now the FDA approve it, and it's kind of funny because that's not invasive as taking all these type of pills and stuff, and we see where it
Listen,
goes, you know.
I could definitely advocate that chemo is poison and we
Mm-hmm.
should not be putting that shit in our bodies, like straight
Mm-hmm.
up. People are like, oh, it saved my life. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Because even the shit that I went through, most people that have that go through chemo, the chemo kills them, not the cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Because chemo is poison and it destroys everything, like badly. And then, you might get over the cancer, but then there's a recovery.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it took me years to get my immune system to a point where I wasn't getting sick every 3 months. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I get sick and then I start feeling better and then I get sick again. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
if I didn't get on top of my ish, I probably wouldn't even be there right now, because, people die of the flu too.
Wow, that's
So
crazy.
I
Yeah.
definitely worked hard and invested a lot of monies into supplements, and most importantly, learning how to change my mindset and learning how to stress less. I'm not going to say I
Yeah.
wasn't stressing all these years, because I definitely, had my stresses.
Life is
However,
stress. Yep.
I
The
learned
mm-hmm.
ways how to manage uh my stresses, and more importantly, focus on the things that actually feel good, focus on the
Mm-hmm.
things that I'm grateful for, focus on the things that make me smile, focus on the things that make me feel good. you know I want to say even living on Staten Island has been a huge help, because there's places on Staten Island that you can go that are so quiet, places
Mm-hmm.
in nature that it's like, this is what you need. Like, you need to be away from all the craziness. You need to be away from all of the loud noises, the constant people all around. Like, the only way that you're going to learn how to become self-aware is by shutting everything off around you
Mm-hmm.
and just focusing solely on what you're thinking, the patterns of thoughts that you have, and noticing how you're feeling, in regards to whatever's going on. A lot of times people, they get angry, and they get angry that they're angry, and then they're
Mm-hmm.
angry at what they're angry at, and they're mad that they're angry. And it's like, there has to come a point where you have to realize that you're perpetuating your own anger by virtue of your thought processes and what you're thinking
Mm-hmm.
about, and what you're focusing on. And if this is a signal for you that if you're constantly angry, that means that whatever you're focusing on is not helping you. And more
Mm-hmm.
importantly, it's something that's out of your control. So this is where you got to slowly start to change your mindset.
Mhm.
I am looking forward to being able to, teach more people about emotional awareness and
Mhm.
mindset training. And, I've developed tools to help people with this. Let me actually grab one of the tools because I've talked about them before, the Posy Balls. This is
Mhm.
such a simple but powerful tool because there's 12 affirmations on each ball. There's three of the balls have affirmations. The other one has prompts of different things that you could do. And just
Yeah.
taking a moment to just focus on what one role is. So, oh shoot, I just dropped that one. Hold up.
Mhm.
All right. So, one quick roll. What about you makes you grateful? Now, if I just
Mhm.
sat here and just think about the things that makes me grateful about myself, you know what I'm not
Mhm.
doing? Focusing on the bullshit that I have no control over, right? Even if
Yeah.
it's for a
That's right.
minute a day, you know what I mean? Or 2 minutes a day. Like the whole point of meditation and mindfulness is to get your mind off of the things that are stressing you out. So,
Mhm.
Posy Balls is a great way to use. This is a great tool. Like, here's another affirmation. I'm rolling it again. Trust you are exactly where you're supposed to be.
Mhm.
Again, this is something like for me, like I could this particular affirmation came because I had really bad anxiety where I was always worried about the mistakes that I've made. Did I make the right
Mhm.
choice? Was that the wrong choice? Oh my god, what if I did this? The woulda, coulda, shouldas, the I didn't, the what ifs, all of that was it was just feeding into my anxiety. So when
Mhm.
I came across this particular um, affirmation, trust you are exactly where you're supposed to be. When I take that in that moment, it brings me into this present moment, and I realize I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. No matter what decision that I've made, whatever mistakes that I've made, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, or else I
Mhm.
wouldn't be here now.
Mhm.
And when you get caught up in your stress and your anxiety, focusing on the past or worried about what might happen in the future, you're taking yourself out of now, or out of what you actually have control over. So again, Posy Balls is a great tool. So like I said,
Mhm.
Awareness Academy 411 is about giving you the solutions to your problems, not just focusing on the problems. You know what I mean?
Go grab your
So
balls.
yeah, roll the
Yeah.
Posy Balls. You
Mhm.
say it. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. I'm
Get
not
the
gonna say
balls. People go grab the balls. God damn it.
And if anybody's interested in the Posy Balls, you could just visit possyballs.com. If
Mhm.
anything, you know what? Let's roll out the let's show them a little bit more. Hold up.
Manifest happiness now. Change your life now with positive affirmation balls. Simply roll, read the positive message, receive it, and smile, and roll it again. 4 different balls that will make you feel good about life. Posy Balls, what you put in your mind matters.
Yeah, what you put in your
Yeah.
mind matters. And what I
Yeah.
love on that, the play on that word, is that matters as in it's important, and also matters as in liquid, solid, gas. Right?
Mhm.
So, what you put your mind on matters. So if you're putting your mind on what you like and what makes you happy, that's going to matter more, right? And also
Mhm.
it's going to matter into your reality of what you're going to experience more of. So, yeah, I like that play on that word matters. It
Yeah.
matters. But yeah, like these are just simple solutions. It's
Mhm.
you don't have to get on a plane and go somewhere because you're gonna bring your problems with you. So, you really need to get yourself right where you are to as much as you possibly can.
Mhm.
Like somebody said that, people go like like they say people that go to meditate in different parts of the world to go at the top of mountains. It's not that being on the top of the mountain is what helped you. It's that you had time to be completely with yourself that helped you. All the
Mhm.
answers that you wanted within you. You just got to quiet the outside and focus on there. So moving
That's true.
along,
Now, looking at the Breakfast Club right now, it looks as though Breakfast Club lost millions and millions of subscribers on YouTube because of the new deal that they got with Netflix. And Netflix is I would take a deal with Netflix any day. We'll be happy to take one. But
Oh,
to
I
be
would.
honest with you,
Netflix, holla at your girl.
holla, you don't got nothing bad to say, but I got a few critiques for it. I won't say the deal was bad because everybody talk, oh, it's crazy. I said when I don't know if Charlemagne's $200 million deal has to do anything with Netflix. It says online it does. So I don't know all the details, the logistics of it. And I'm pretty sure that deal wasn't completely theirs directly to be able to make, because I know iHeartRadio is they the ones that own the brand itself, I believe. So we can't really get too bent out of shape if they went towards it, and they have to follow it, because who knows? Maybe that might be the new thing for podcasting. The only critiques I got for YouTube, not YouTube, Netflix, they should create an app, specific app for podcasts, and make it free. Because the difference between going on Netflix to watch it, people usually go on Netflix to watch movies. So it's kind of hard to go on Netflix to watch a podcast, because usually I don't like sitting home watching a podcast on TV. I like to be on my phone when I'm traveling,
I
I'm
don't know how
doing
I feel
something,
about that.
cleaning around the
A
house.
podcast on Netflix.
Yeah, it would be nice if it was more. It was nice if they had an app and it was a free app, because most people that go on YouTube, see, when you go on YouTube, you don't know what to expect, right? It's so much random stuff on there. It goes by the algorithms of what you're normally watching over time. Netflix is different. You kind of go to Netflix for specific stuff. Maybe you're into scary movies today. Today's a scary movie that you and your missus or your misters, you go on there and you look for a scary movie. So that's what you're in there. You're going there for an intent to watch some kind of movie or any new Tyler Perry movie that come out or something like that. But
Mm.
and that's what Netflix is known for. And I love Netflix. I got Netflix. I got 2 subscriptions. But honestly, it's not gonna. I don't think the podcast is gonna work by getting you more subscribers, because a lot of people that watch the podcast don't really have. Not everybody got money to just be spending on Netflix. Everybody don't got a Netflix account, you know,
Yeah, or they sharing
or they
with other
sharing, or
people.
just and Netflix got strict with that, so you only can share to an extent, because depending on
Yeah, I
your
know.
account, if you got 2, 3 people, because I know this percent. That's why I got 2 accounts. I remember I had like 3 people watching at the same time, family members, because they got the password. They said, "Oh, we can't watch it." It says that we got to redo something. Turn to find out they cut it down so everybody have to get more subscriptions. It
Yeah,
worked.
they
It was
trying to do
success.
that with Disney Plus too. Y'all need to stop. Leave it alone. Y'all
Yeah.
already making enough damn money. Stop it.
And it's funny. Netflix was just trying to buy Disney recently. I don't know what
That
happened
would
to the
be
deal, but they're trying to buy
crazy.
them. Yeah, Netflix is doing good. And then one of the things I think was smart, because the only people that could really rival them is Amazon. And Amazon not too worried about videos right now, but you got a lot of Netflix made movies on purpose. So you can't go to the theaters to watch it. You have to go to Netflix to watch it. They did that
Yeah,
on
well, I
purpose.
hear
That's
Netflix is even
smart.
gonna move in. They're gonna go into the music business too, where they're
I
gonna,
heard.
develop, create artists, fund, everything, the music and all that. But like Disney, the artist doesn't own it. Netflix owns everything that you create through them. So they can use your likeness and your music to perpetuity. So
They do
get
good deals
with
though.
Netflix, it might be dope in terms of, getting the exposure that you want as an artist. However, on the back end, if you don't have a good lawyer to make sure that your contract at least gets you something, on royalties,
Hmm.
ugh, you know what I mean? Like, ugh,
Yeah.
that's
And,
gonna be a bit tough there. So
and I
we'll see
get
how
people that
that
always say,
goes.
"Oh, you need to own your brand, and it's good to own your brand." To me, that's like yes and no. It all depends on you and your circumstances. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. If I got a rap brand, right? I'm good at rap, and I got a whole album, and I have the ability right now to sell that album for millions of dollars, right? I'm gonna do it. You know why? Because if anybody know about rappers, even if you number one in the box office, you're not even getting $1 million off your shit.
Well, there's a
You
couple ways to look at that,
can
right? So you
barely
can get the
scratch.
millions. Hold up, you can sell for a couple million, right? But you're gonna burn through that money quick. You want something on the back end. You want royalties for later on, like a
Hmm.
good story. And this is a Disney situation. where Jason Weaver, back when he did the voice of Simba, well, he didn't do the voice, he did the songs. He sang the songs in the movie The Lion King.
Yeah.
Is Disney called his mom and was like, we want to offer you $1 million, you know, for the rights for this. And of course they were happy as hell. They was like, yeah, $1 million. But his mom stopped and she thought about it. She said, wait a minute. Disney has the tendency to keep re-releasing old things, right? So if we take this $1 million now, what are we going to get in 10, 20, 30, 40 years later when Disney re-releases The Lion King, you know, and redoes it? So she went in and she turned it down and wanted to negotiate for royalties for her son, which was the best thing she ever did for him, because what they changed the deal. I think he only got $200,000 up front.
Yeah, $200,000.
But then he gets royalties for the rest of his life. And this man is still living off of The Lion King.
I seen him in his interview. He's like, he's eating off of it.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
his mom's was intelligent enough to do that, because a lot of people see that money, you know, up front. They're like, yeah, I'll take that. But yeah, what about 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you know, 40 years down the line? Like, you want to keep getting paid for it. And if you own your masters, and this was something big that Prince was about, you know, like he wouldn't work with an artist if they didn't own their own masters, because he didn't want the record companies to get a dime of anything that he was a part of, you know, because they own it and they'll make money off of the publishing for years down the line. You know what I mean?
And Michael Jackson is a perfect example where he owned. Remember, Michael Jackson. A lot of people fail to realize Sony Records that's buying up everything right now. That was Michael Jackson owned half of it. He owned half of Sony, and then he ran into a bad financial deal with Sony where he went and tried to do his concerts, and unfortunately he passed away during the concerts. I'm not going to talk about the conspiracy stuff on that. The documentary's coming out, so hopefully they touch surface on the whole back and forth issues that he had. Everybody say the only one that's criticizing is Janet Jackson, because that's the biggest issue right now. Janet Jackson, Jermaine Jackson has been going back and forth.
Yeah, I heard she was upset about like little things like his makeup and you know, saying, I mean, realistically, let's keep it real. You're never gonna find anybody to be 100% like Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like come on.
Like Mike is Mike. Like you can get somebody like that's 70% close to it, you know, 80% close to it, but you're never gonna get 100%. And I think she just needs to accept that so much and allow it to just be what it is. As long as whatever money is coming from this this movie is benefiting their family, you know, and whatever charities that Michael was always a part of, then you know, let it rock.
And Michael, and and Michael owned a lot of stuff. So just remember, he owned the Beatles catalog. He owned
the Beatles. 40%. He owned Eminem.
Country rock. People that like country rock, like live in Texas and Kansas and Arkansas and all those little country areas and Nevada and all that. He owned 40% of country rock music. That man was a businessman. He might was a megastar, but he was a businessman because he single-handedly was just buying up everything. Yeah. And remember,
his catalog was crazy.
Paul McCartney was his friend. And
Paul McCartney was tight.
He was tight because he said
he thought he was gonna sell it back to him. And he's like, nah, it's business.
Yep. And he thought they was gonna get more money for it. No, he got the regular baseline amount of money for it and bought it and stuff like that. And he was shocked that Paul McCartney, because they hanged out a couple of days before he bought it. But it's business. Like Michael was a good businessman, you know. So
he definitely was.
And God rest his soul, you know. Great guy.
And he was out here saving kids.
Yeah,
I don't believe all that propaganda BS about. Hell no. I'll never, ever, ever, ever believe that Mike did anything to hurt anybody, except for when he beat up Tupac. That's
yeah, I heard about that too. I don't know how true it is.
Mike got hands, man. He had hands.
I mean, to me, who beat up who? I love Tupac and I love Michael, so I would love to see that.
The story is Tupac was talking mess to
some girl.
No, it wasn't some girl. It was
Donna Ross?
what's her name's daughter? No, it was Quincy Jones's daughter. And
Oh, Quincy
Quincy
Jones' daughter.
Jones's
Yeah,
daughter, he looked at her like a daughter. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So Tupac was talking mess, and Mike warned him, like, yo, chill, don't do that. And Tupac thought it was a game, and Michael Jackson two-pieced him. So
Mhm.
that's what you get.
It's
Like,
believable though, because as soft spoken as Michael was, he's a sweet person, but don't take it twisted. A lot of sweet people like him be whooping ass. You know what I'm
it's a
saying?
it's a
Like,
delicate
don't get it
balance.
twisted.
It's a
Because
delicate
true
balance.
power, true toughness in a man doesn't present. He don't need to show that he's tough. He don't need to exhibit that. Yeah, because I'm tough and I'm this. No, he just when situations happen, you'll see him do some tough shit. You go, oh, that man crazy.
No, I
I
crack
didn't know
up
he was
on
like
the
that.
videos of him
Yeah,
in the limo when he's like, "Oh, look at the fish." Was they call
yeah,
did he call the women fish? Was that
yeah,
the term
yeah,
he used?
yeah. He
Like,
wanted.
oh, go on fish, oh, look at all the fish.
So when y'all think he was gay, no, he wanted the women. He wanted the women.
Oh, he had a
Mhm.
lot of women's.
And
Definitely. I mean, come
apparently
on. It's Michael
people spoke
Jackson.
out. They spoke out. A lot of the limo drivers spoke out and said Michael was out there banging everything, banging stuff in the limo. He wasn't he wasn't. He was just low key
You
with his
know what?
business.
He better had been doing that because that's Michael Jackson. I ain't
Yeah.
mad at him. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like them, there wasn't a woman on this planet that wouldn't have loved to be in Michael Jackson's limo getting,
Yeah.
thrillered.
I'm like Michael. Let me
And
borrow a
you
dollar.
probably got a lot more that wish they would have got pregnant by him too. Speaking of which, I remember having this I was seeing that in other countries, the benefits that they give women when it comes to having children.
Hmm.
And in this country, they're saying that there's more women over the age of 40 right now than there are women that have children. And that's because a lot of women are deciding that they don't want to have kids for
Hmm.
many reasons. The biggest reason is financial. That's
Hmm.
definitely the biggest reason. Like the cost of living is a whole nother level
Education
right
too.
now. And to have a child is like, wow, right?
But
Then the next,
education plays a big
huh?
role. Education plays a big role because the more educated you are, the less likely you have kids because you're worried, because you're more
Well,
conscious.
because you're thinking
Because poor
about the
people ain't
money
worried
part.
about poor people gonna spit out as many kids they can, but people that's educated, they look at the world and say, you know what, my finance doesn't say I can have
That's what
4 or 5
yeah,
kids.
that's what I'm
Yeah, so
saying.
the more
So
education women get, less kids they have.
true. Then the next problem is the men's.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of guys out here that are not men, and they're not pulling their weight in terms of the emotional weight, the financial weight in some cases, or most cases, even. Um, and you just have these lot of guys that they just want to be the women. They
Yeah.
want to act, they want to be the feminine, and they don't respect the feminine enough for a woman to allow herself to be in her feminine to want to have kids. But I will say this:
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
if they started offering 300,000 a year to women to
America be
have
bankrupt.
babies, imagine if they offered 300 grand a year for 18 years
Mm-hmm.
for women to have a child, then it would make economic sense. Because not only would that stimulate the economy, but it would give a great incentive for a lot of women to have children.
Mm,
We would have a baby boom if they did that.
I don't
We
think I
really
don't think
would.
it would I don't think it would be financially feasible because first of all, there's more women in this country than men, and I think everybody, even great grandma, be trying to have another kid for 300,000. So
Nah,
I think
nah.
that'd be
I
a
think
bad
if they
idea.
did that, they would have to be like you have to go through some type of testing. Like we have to make sure that you mentally stable. You know what I mean? We would have to make sure that you're educated enough to take care of a child. We have to make
Hmm.
sure that physically you're stable in terms of you have a place to provide for them.
Hmm.
You have all the things that basically is the nest for potentially to have a child. Like you have to have
And
all
that
these things together.
so that means that because
You
they
got to
say three, they're not.
qualify for it.
I would say in my opinion, I would say a good number where I don't think the country would get killed too much. I would say 75,000, which is
No,
still a lot.
no,
Yeah, 75,000 because you still got to work.
no.
Yeah, you work 75,000.
300,000. Nope, 300,000 a year, and your
Yeah,
job is to take care of your kids. That's it. You don't have to worry about working because
yeah,
if you are paying for daycare,
yeah.
right, versus being with your child, being home with your child, and having help, because you can't be home with your children 7 days a week and think you're gonna be sane after a few months. Like
Three
kids are
hundred
like,
thousand dollars is a lot of money,
no,
though.
it's
Like
not. The
most people in
three
America
hundred.
don't make that.
Look at it
Most
this
people
way.
in America do not make three hundred
That's
thousand
true.
dollars.
However, the
That's a
the
lot.
the amount of labor that a
Yeah,
woman has to put in to maintain and raise a child,
it's
you
not three
have
hundred thousand
chef.
dollars. My mom's did it. My
Bro,
mom did
hold
it
up.
for fun.
Let's go down the line. How much is a personal chef a year? How much is a maid a year?
Who
How much is the person that does all the laundry and takes care of the house, does all the how much of those things a year? Plus whatever necessities that you need for the child, clothing, extracurricular activities,
oh, I
like
don't
all
know.
these things
A
add up.
maid. That's some.
No, what I'm saying is that everything that a woman has to do is all of these occupations. A woman
Mhm.
has to be, she has to cook, she has to clean, she has to do the laundry, she has to child rear at the same time. Like these are all roles that one woman is doing. So if we were to
To
break
a
it
hundred
down of
thousand.
how much
Three
each one of
hundred
these things
thousand.
cost, then either she can do it
Yeah,
herself, or
yeah,
if she wanted to, she can pay somebody.
yeah. But $300,000 is wild. Because
No, it's
most.
not.
Let me tell you something. That would First of all, that would never ever happen in
You
this
just
country.
sound like you
Unfortunately.
jealous.
No, no, no.
I know. I mean, this is a
No,
hypothetical.
I'm,
This would
no,
be a great
I'm kind of.
incentive, but
I
you
might
sound
not
like
be
you
rich, but I'm happy
jealous.
where I'm at financially. I'm pretty good. But I
So,
will say
so
this. I'm just looking at it from a broad perspective, right? Let's play the realistic game here. Something like that can happen, but not 300,000 is the number. There's no way because there's so many American people in general don't make that kind of money. So
that's why I
you'll
said you
get
have to
so much
qualify
pushback.
for it.
No, but you'll get so much pushback for so many people will be like, what you mean? So she can have a baby and get 300? No. And most women in America is educated. So it's like you could just pick one. You could just walk down the street. She got a college degree. She got
Some
a college
women that
degree.
are educated don't even want to have kids because they don't want to
No, but
deal
I'm
with
saying
having
it's not
kids.
expensive. Three
So
hundred thousand
you
dollars.
not it's not all of them that's
I'll have
gonna
a
do
kid if
it.
I could. I'm like, yo, let me pop a baby. Let's do some surgical shit. $300,000. That
Three
is a
hundred
lot of
thousand.
money. I would say like,
That's
all
taking
right,
care of your household. That's taking care of food. That's taking care of school. That's taking care of
I would
extracurricular
say
activities,
supplemental. To me,
health.
I think that'll make a lazy woman because after 18
No,
years,
when
she lazy. She ain't gonna. What's she
after
gonna do?
look, I'll tell you this: if you
She
were
after.
getting 3,000, wait, if you was getting 300,000 a year for 18 years,
Yeah.
and you didn't save up some of that money or
Mhm,
invest some of that money into taking care of yourself after the child,
mhm.
grows up, then you just a dumbass and you deserve to be broke after that.
No, because most people can't maintain money if they make any. Most people, most Americans, right? If you give any average American right now $300,000 and let them work for 20 years, I guarantee they might not have shit. Most people, some will, but most will not because it's just how most people don't know money. That's why. So it's like
That's why I said they would have to
it's
qualify.
not it's
One
not
of the
them being dumb. It's just
qualifications
that
is to know how to manage money.
but financial literacy is very hard too. And then you got investments that can go bad. So it's like you don't. Like if I had $300,000 right now and asked me what I invest in, I don't know. I'll probably sit on it. You know why I'd be scared to invest? Only because everything is so like this. Years go by, this was up, now this is down, this is up. I
Hmm.
don't know what to do. So it's like $300,000 a year. Hopefully you have a lot to show for it. Maybe you bought a lot of nice shit. I hope so. But it's a scary territory because most people, the more money they make, the more bills they get. The less money they make, like for example, you ever notice you work at a job making 50,000 a year, and then you're like, damn, I could barely pay my bills. Guess what? Now you got a raise, $25,000 increase. Now you make 75,000 a year. But you
Mm.
wonder why you still broke. It's because
Because
it's
you'll accumulate more
unfortunate.
bills.
More people that tend to make more money tend to accumulate more bills. It's a bad
I,
habit that
I
most
think
people got.
this, if something like that was to happen, like I said,
Mhm.
number one, the woman would have to qualify for that program. right?
then
And
that's
within
gonna
that
get rid of a lot
program,
of black people.
there should be certain things that you have to keep maintaining,
Mhm.
like, you know, going to financial literacy, you know, trainings, or, you know, learning how to teach your child if you're going to homeschool, or, you know, parenting classes, and, you know, how to what type of parenting style that you, because
Mhm.
it's one thing to raise a child, but it's one thing to raise a healthy child. And I'm not just
Mhm.
saying healthy as in physically, I'm talking mentally and emotionally as well. You
Yeah.
know, so I think that that's all plays into it. And 300,000 a year. I mean, come on, you have people right now that are making that, right? And they
Mhm.
still cry like they broke. You know, because like you
Yeah.
said, they got bigger bills. You know, so let's just say a woman decided she was gonna have 2 kids. She getting 300,000 a year, and that's gonna get eaten up quick. You know, with
Hell
all the
no.
expenses. Plus, you got to put money
Hell
aside
no.
for their education too, for their college education. This is all you getting.
And with $300,000, if she's not working, she could go to the
That,
kids could go to school
bro,
for
what do
free.
you mean if she's not
If
working?
there's
Taking
no,
care
if
of a
your kids are
child
not
is a
working,
job.
college is free. If your parents is not work, if she's not working, she get 300,000
She
from
is
government.
working. Taking care of a child is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job. Like, why does men think that, oh, a
It's not
woman, she has a
considered a
child, but she
job.
has to work too?
It's
What do
considered
you
your
think having
duties.
a child is? That's work all day, every day,
But
nonstop.
you can't look at it as work. That's like saying I babysit my kids. No, they my kids. No babysit.
No, but it's still
I'm
work.
not babysitting. I
It's
have
still
to.
work though.
Yeah.
Like, so I gotta work. I have to go take 8 hours out of my day to go work for someone else, and then come home and then work for my kids. Because at the end of the day, kids, you become their slave. You know what I mean? Like, anybody that has children know your kids are massa. If they
Yeah.
say jump, you say how high. So you are working. That's why
It's only,
having a
to
child
me,
is such a big decision for people, because it's a
yeah.
job.
It's only difficult to me. I think kids is only difficult in the first few years, and once they get like past a certain year, like 5 years, it gets a lot easier, especially if you train them right.
When
Like
they start to become independent, it gets a little easier because they're less dependent on you.
yeah.
But the job gets more complex because now you have to keep tabs on them and make sure that they're not, you know, out doing stupid shit. And what are they paying attention to, and what are they
Mhm.
emulating, you know, when you're not around, you know, type of stuff. So there's different issues for different stages of their life. You
Mhm.
know, some people will say the easiest years are the first couple of years, you
Mhm.
know, when they're little babies, and, you know, they just depend on you. You just got to
Fun
feed
years.
them and put them to sleep. Play with
Fun.
them, feed them, and
It
put them
all
to sleep.
depends on you. It's fun. I call it the fun years, and then when they get older and start to see their personality form, it gets intriguing. It gets fun. You
It gets
know.
interesting. It
I
does. I
like it.
think it's cute. You know,
Yeah.
however, it's still a job. And I'm telling you, from a
Mm.
woman's perspective, having a
Oh,
child,
I had my kids at one time when I was taking care of them by myself. I understand the whole dynamic of it,
having a
and it's not.
child,
And I had
see,
three. I had
but you
three at
didn't,
one
but
time.
see, but you did not
It was
physically
torture,
see,
but it was
you
fun
dealt with
though.
that part, but you didn't also have
Mhm.
to your body change as well.
Oh
And
well,
that
no,
also
the
affects
hormones
your
and all that
physical
stuff. I would
body
never.
and your mind.
I can't compare myself with the woman with the whole hormones. That's a whole different story. I'm talking about as far as the actual work itself, like
You talking about
get up
the
in the middle
child
of the
rearing
night,
aspect.
burping a kid, feeding them. I remember times when I came straight home from work and I'm already sleeping. My a tough job, right?
Mm.
Sometimes a labor job, whatever type of job I was working at. I come home, so I come in the house. Hey, I ain't even get a chance to change my clothes, and I got the baby till like
Yo, I've seen videos of
maybe
women, they
to
be in the
midnight,
bathroom
and I get a little
crying.
couple hours sleep to go to work, and then it's like it was a cycle. I used to have the baby literally to midnight, and the baby it got so used to me. I'm talking about my firstborn that he just wanted to stay like on my chest all the time, and even if I wanted to play video or do something different, he just was there all the time. And then up until
Mm.
midnight, that's when I get my sleep. I put him to sleep, and then he'll wake up in the middle of the night. And then if she don't hear him, then I gotta get up and get him. One of us gotta get him, and then I gotta put him back to sleep. And then sometimes I get waking up because he's a colicky baby, so I got woken up 5, 6 times a night. I don't miss that. It was tough. It was tough, but
One of the things I know my mom
I
did
can
with
appreciate
me,
it more.
my
At this
mother
age
used
now, I can
to,
appreciate something like that more. Yeah.
yeah, well, my mom used to take one of my dad's shirts
Hmm.
and put them in the put it, lay me on top of it, so that would help me to sleep, because I would still smell him, so I
Yeah.
would think that I'm on him, and yeah, kids are a lot of work.
I
They
could do it
are.
more now than I was younger. Meaning that I got way more tolerance in general. Like I didn't have that much tolerance growing up. I'm the I'm the opposite because old people tend to not have tolerance, and when you're younger, you have tolerance. No, I'm kind of opposite. I got more tolerance for people in general, and I can see myself dealing with babies and being able to take care of them with no problem. Because first of all, I don't get no rest anyway, so they want to stay up, we stay up together. I'm already a goddamn sleepwalker, so at this age, I could deal with it much better than I was when I was younger. When I was
I
younger, it
don't
was a
know.
struggle
It,
because I
it
still was trying to
sounds it
learn myself.
sounds good, but when that level of responsibility is
Oh,
placed
that's not
upon
good.
you, it becomes a bit stressful because it's like, all right, I know what I
It's
have to do, but
yeah,
now it's a life or death situation where this is where the anxiety comes in because you're like, I have to do this. There's no days off. There's
it's
no breaks. There's
it,
you
it,
know
it's only how you it's I think it's a matter of opinion on how you look at it. Like for me, at this age, it'll be easy as hell. If I don't give a fuck if I have two, five, six babies and they're all sick and all the time, and I gotta take care of them. It's
talking.
not going to stress me
Yes.
out so much because my mind can handle I can handle all the difficult stuff because I handle difficult stuff all the time in life. My
Yeah,
job,
you said it.
my main
You know
labor, most
what?
people quit my job because it's too
I
difficult.
hope one of your
So I
friends
know,
that has
no,
a
no, no,
small baby
I'm
hears
telling you,
this conversation
no,
and
no,
they're
I'm
like,
telling
"Yeah,
you,
Kurt."
but no, but I'm telling you, it all depends on what. See, me, I don't look at kids as being difficult at all, and my kids ran me to the ground growing up when they was growing up. But the whole thing is, I still wasn't in a mental headspace where I'm more understanding of kids in general as I am now. I'm way older, I'm way more advanced mentally, and I have way more understanding, and I could develop plans to work out difficult kid situation. I wish I had the same skill set and mindset that I have now than as younger, because now I was younger then, so I still was learning life. Like I had a kid when I still, me and you both had kids when we still was trying to figure out life out. We still didn't know our
Absolutely.
plans and shit like that. But you got to remember, I'm gonna be 45 years old. There's no way any kid's gonna conquer me. That's little. If anything, I'm gonna spoil the shit out of them,
I
kiss them,
think
hug
if
them,
if
teach
I
them
knew
discipline, and hugged and kissed them. Do something I didn't do to my kids. I could have did a better job with disciplining my kids. But now because I'm aware of it and I had experience, it's a lot easier with them. Teach them life lessons so early. Get them reading books so early. Throw books and books at them. Do everything that I could have done back then for my kids, but I didn't because I just was not good enough.
and now
I'm
now
not a
I'm
perfect
this is
parent.
this is where I'm gonna play devil's advocate at, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
If I know that I
Hmm.
got $300,000 coming to me every year,
Hmm.
parenting will be easier. Because if you think about it, part of the thing that had you stressed back then was because you knew you had to go out and make money. Now, if the money was
I gotta
given,
make money now. It's no
no, no,
different.
no, no. I'm
I take
saying I'm
I take
talking
care of
about
family. I got it. I
no,
gotta
I'm
go make
saying
money.
if you were able to eliminate
Hmm.
one stress out of your
Yeah.
life where you don't have to worry about going out to make money because
Hmm.
300,000 a year is constantly coming to you to take care of you, to focus on being a parent.
Hmm.
Like I know for me, I didn't get to enjoy when my daughter was little because I was so focused on having to go out and make money.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm stressed about, paying the rent, making sure that I got food, making sure that she has everything she needs. Like that is what I would say gave me 90% of my stress. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? If I was able to just completely focus on her and my own health
Hmm.
and that was it, and the money aspect of it was completely taken care of, I would have probably enjoyed her childhood and motherhood a lot more. So that's why I'm saying if women are paid 300,000, because 300,000, it might sound like a lot of money.
Oh, it is. I'm
I mean, it is a
I'm
lot of
looking at
money,
because you
but
got to look
it's
at how
the
many people
most
that's gonna
important thing that
participate.
it is security. That's what it is.
Yeah, but that's
That's security.
But look at 300,000 as how many? Like for example, we have what 300 something million people in this country. Um,
It's going right back into the
three,
economy anyway. You make it sound
yeah,
like you're
but
just gonna hoard it.
no, but in that case, they would. It's so many programs they could just give to help everybody out, and they won't do that. So $300 million. That's the reason why I said $300,000 is almost like I could see them doing around 50 to 75, and it won't be for you to stay home. It just be a supplemental, because
Nah, I wouldn't be able to stay home.
most women want to work and be in a career. They don't want to stay home. Most women don't want to stay home because the mindset of America is everybody want to
Some
go out and
women
make
want.
money.
At
They're not
most
going to school to
women,
get their degree to stay
they
home
don't
with
want
their
to
kids.
admit it. Most women want to be taken care of and be home and be just
But
able to do what
that
they
ship
want to
has
do.
sailed, and remember the mindset of most women now. I can't say most. I don't know most, right? But the mindset of women that I come across all the time is I gotta work. I gotta make. You know, they're not
Yeah,
even.
but if their
They,
money was
it's
given
so
to them,
unheard of.
they don't
It's
got it.
so
They don't got it. They
foreign.
don't got it.
No, but think about it. It's so foreign for them to hear that. Oh, I get a man take care of me. That's so foreign nowadays. It used to
See,
be something more back in our
yeah.
parents' time. During our parents' time. Yeah, that was very traditional back then. Like my father was a traditional man. When my father and my mom was together, my father took care of all the bills. He gave my mom his check,
There's a
and
trade off
my
in
mom
that, though.
that no, but I'm just saying that's just what it was. Whether it was sex or not, that's typical.
No,
Sex
no, no.
ain't no
I
whole
wasn't
thing.
talking about
No,
sex. I was talking about the trade off of having to deal with his bullshit too. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, it's not like that. It wasn't
now I'm
like
not
that.
saying your
Yeah,
situation. I'm saying like a lot of women, the ones that are afraid to depend on a man,
yeah.
are the ones that are afraid that he's going to switch up and he's not. He's going to basically provide the security, and then now she's at his beck and call because I'm the man and I'm handling everything. Like, no, that's why I said if the government was paying for it, then the man don't have to worry about being, you know, responsible, so to say,
The
completely
government did
financially, and now he could focus on being a father
no,
and
but
a
the government
husband.
did enough damage already. What do you think welfare happened? Well, why welfare happened in the 70s, where the
Now,
government
welfare,
wanted the
that was
welfare,
just
they did a
a
division. They made sure they see the best thing they did,
nah.
and this is
I
and
would
this is
see. I
why.
wouldn't
No,
remove the
I'm gonna
husband
tell you
out of
why.
that though. I
I'm gonna
wouldn't
tell you
remove the
why it
husband out
affected.
of that.
No, but I'm gonna tell you why it affected so many people. You know why?
Oh, I already
Because
know
when
it.
you have nothing and all y'all got is each other, it's easier to stay together. But if there's an outside entity saying, "Hey, listen, I give you this much money," and he probably got on your last nerves, but you love him, but now you got the opportunity to get money. It's going through
Oh,
your
then that
nostrils.
means he has to
Wow,
actually
nigga.
be a good person. Oh my
No, it
God.
makes
Let
no.
men
The
have
reason
to
why
be
we work
good
together.
people.
Think about segregation. The reason why black people work together because they had no choice. It's not like we loved each other. The minute they desegregated, we ran off and got white ice, and we got this,
Listen,
we got
no, no,
that.
no, no,
We
no. Hold up.
fucked
Let's
the whole
rewind.
country
Hold
up.
up.
Black businesses got
Hold up.
killed. No, think about it.
Rewind.
When they
Rewind.
desegregated,
Because
black businesses got killed. They were still there. The black business still there. We stopped buying from each other once the desegregation came through.
well, that's another
It
level.
was
But
never like
the
cohesive.
whole part about hold on, the whole part
Yeah.
about if the woman is getting money from
Mhm.
somewhere else, now she doesn't need the man, that's bullshit. Because
It's not just
a
bullshit. That's
man
what
should not
happened.
only be a source of income.
But that's what
Period.
happened. What I'm
But
saying
this,
is it
no,
made it
we're
easier
not. We
for them
can't.
to
We
walk
can't talk
away.
about the '70s because that was just a plan to devise, to divide and
Yeah,
conquer. So we
yeah,
can't bring that up. That was actually something that was manufactured to
yeah,
cause a splintered relationship within the family. They did that on purpose. But
yeah.
I'm saying if we use now as an example, right? If
Mhm,
there was a situation where women could get $300,000 a year, right?
yeah.
That's not saying that the man or the father can't be present. I'm not saying that
Mhm,
at all. But now, what can he provide? He can provide support. He can provide being the masculine in the household. Like a lot of guys equate their presence with having to do with money. You know,
mhm,
so let's remove money out of it because the money's taken care of. Now what? You know what I mean? It's like now he has to be forced to grow the F up and he has to be forced to be more masculine in the way that he handles emotions and the way that he handles his child rearing and the way that he even tends to his wife. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Like if we would have removed the financial aspect out of it, a lot of these
mhm.
guys would be worthless. They'd not, well, let me not say worthless, they'd be useless.
Well, that's what happened in the 70s.
No, what happened in the 70s is that they closed all the factories, they
Factories.
removed all the jobs, so the
And
men
guess
lost the
what?
jobs, and then
Men
they
felt what? Hold on a second.
that's
Men felt
what I'm
what?
saying. We
Inadequate.
can't use that as an example because that was a systematic thing that was put
Yeah.
in place to create this narrative. But I'm
Mhm.
saying let's remove that. Let's say times are the way that they are now, for the most part, right?
Mhm.
And the families were being fully financed, to focus on creating and building and having families. Now men have to actually become good people. You
Mhm.
can't just throw your money around and your penis and think that that's what makes you a man. There's more to being a man than just what you can
Mhm.
provide sexually and monetarily.
Mhm.
Being a man, not a guy, being a man
Mhm.
it requires you to be the masculine in the dynamic. The woman is the feminine, the man is the masculine. And the
Mhm.
masculine is a container. The woman is the receiver. You know what I mean? So the man has to basically become a better person. And that's what a lot of guys are afraid of with women having money, because they're like, oh, now we're not going to be, useful to them. Women, we love men. We
Shit.
love you. We
Let me
just
tell
need
you,
you to be men and stop
I
trying
can
to
stay
act like
home.
women.
I can stay home and be a feminine man in a heartbeat if somebody paid for me to stay home. Let me tell you something. I don't give a shit
It
about
don't,
roles.
well,
I don't give a shit about masculinity and feminine. I don't give a shit about me having to control everything. No, I have to control everything because nobody else can. Now, if somebody want to take my place and I could get to stay home, oh, I'm fucking
so now I
shit.
remember we was
Oh,
talking
hell
about this
yeah. I'll
before.
be playing video games. What you need? Oh, let me clean this up for you. Oh, what you like to eat? Oh, I'm gonna cook. I'll
Hold
cook.
up. This is
Order
what
the
I remember
noodles.
we spoke about this before. Being the masculine, right, does not, or better yet, a man doing things like dishes and cleaning is not feminine. That's
Mhm.
not feminine at all. Feminine energy is nurturing, supportive,
Yeah.
and it's ground. It's like I won't say grounding. I feel
I'm
like
like, you got
masculine
it at
energy is
work,
more
babe.
grounding.
You can do
Huh?
it. You could do it at work. I'm like, babe, you could do it. Knock those 12 hours out. You got it. Here, let me rub your shoulders and stuff like that. Yeah,
That
that's
is
how I do it.
hilarious.
I'll be the biggest woman ever,
But
for real.
there's countries, I forgot which country it was. I don't know if it's the Netherlands or Poland. One of them actually pay the citizens, the women, to have children.
That's
They
that's
they take care of
Norway.
it might even be Norway.
Japan is also paying for people to come over there and have and make babies or something like that too. But here's the
Well,
thing.
Italy is paying people to move out, the younger people to come out there and help to increase the population. There's different countries out in
They want
Italy,
tourists out there
different
badly. They say
cities.
they're
I
losing
mean,
tourists.
but these other countries understand that the biggest stress that people have is worrying about money. So if you're worried about
Mm.
money, you can't be worried about yourself and you can't be worried about your family. So they're trying to step in and say, okay, let's remove this one stressor and see how things go from there. And they're
Yeah.
having success with it. So
And
I'm saying for
but
here,
that more likely what could happen realistically in this country, and we know how the country works. We more likely have a better opportunity to do a supplemental thing, meaning that we give a 20, 30,000 a year, and it won't be a lot, but and all right, you have a kid, but at least you got a little extra income, despite on whatever income you're working. Because more likely the jobs you get nowadays don't pay that much. So if you got an extra 20, 30,000, it might make you guess about having a kid. You can never have enough money for a kid, but realistically,
I don't think 20-30,000 is enough.
no, think about it. Some people's child support is not even 20, 30 grand. So if you can get steady 20, 30,000 in income, plus you work, you have to work, right?
Can't
Um,
work, can't no.
no,
If
but that's
we're
not
talking
realistic
about
though.
to
It's not
have a
realistic.
child, say that you didn't want to have any kids, but now this incentive came in.
Yeah,
Would that tip the scales a bit? That's all I'm saying. But we could keep going
yeah,
because we'll get carried away just like this time just went by because this was a good conversation. So
yeah.
I hope everybody out there enjoyed another episode of Awareness Academy 411. Again, this is all for educational purposes only. So if it don't apply, let it fly. And if it does, it's on you and all that good stuff. But I'm your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Kirk the Jerk. We're gonna see Nappy Red next time. And yeah, peace and blessings, everybody. Till next week. Peace.